Good afternoon from the Orlando International Airport. Soon in a couple hours, I'll be flying with Delta Airlines and Comfort Plus up to New York. Here's the check-in area for Delta Airlines at Orlando International Airport, which I'm not going to use because I'm flying carry-on only and it's pretty crowded. Security was pretty quick, and after going through security, you'll find yourself airside, and you're going to have to take one of these airtrain shuttle thingies, these to the gates. Our gate is between gate 70 and 99 at Terminal B Concourse 4, which is where we're headed on these shuttles. This is what Terminal B Concourse 4 looks like between gates 70 and 99, I believe. As you can see, now it's the departures board. Let's try to find our flight. I think it's Delta Airlines Flight 1225 to New York LaGuardia, as you can see. We are currently heading to the gate. After going through security, I hung out at the Club MCO, which I already made a video about, or which I will make a video about. We're about to board, so I guess I'll see you guys at the gate. Here's the Airbus A321 aircraft that'll be taking us up north to New York's LaGuardia. When boarding, I passed by Delta First Class. Here's what the seats look like. For today's flight, like the last one, I also ended up getting a middle seat. The tray table itself is pretty sturdy, and it slides out to get closer to you if you don't want to reach as much. Here is the literature provided for today's flight. We just have like a sick bag, safety card, as you can see. And we also have get connected to free Wi-Fi. You can have this. Like shows how to like get connected to Wi-Fi, like using Delta Sky Miles. I guess that's what this is. And yeah. Before departure, the flight attendant provided these Delta Studio branded headphones, as you can see, which you can use for the in-flight entertainment system.
Remain seated with your seatbelt securely fastened anytime the seatbelt sign is off. Even if the sign is off, please keep your seatbelt fastened whenever you're seated in case of sudden rough air. In the event of
Shortly after takeoff, I decided to have a look at the in-flight entertainment system. As you can see, there's a pretty good selection of movies rated A to Z. Many different movies to choose from. You could also choose from a good selection of live TV. You could also, there are also some TV shows to choose from. If you want to listen to music, there's Spotify audio, and you can also have a look at your flight map, which is my personal favorite thing to do with the in-flight entertainment system. As you can see, I personally believe that Delta Studio in-flight entertainment system is one of the best IFE systems out there. It's definitely not the best, but still it'll certainly do for this 2-hour flight up to LaGuardia. I'm currently inside the Delta Airlines Economy Class Laboratory on the Airbus A321, and I'm going to show you guys around. Starting off, we have the toilet, which opens like this. Then we have tissues. Don't know what this is. I guess I'm not going to open it because it says no stowage. Then we have the trash. We have the flush as well. Inside is like the napkins, as you can see. Then we have like an air vent, like a hand dryer, I assume. A sink. Then we have some soap. And moving to the other side of the laboratory, we have this thing that you use to like change babies' diapers. And finally, we have the mirror, which looks like this. All in all, I'd say that this is a pretty tight laboratory. Like when I'm on the toilet, there's not like a lot of space for my legs. The leg room in the laboratory, from where my feet are to the door, it's okay, but it's definitely not as generous as what I've done, as what I've experienced in many other laboratories. And this laboratory that I'm currently in, it could be slightly bad for really tall people, like the leg space and like just the space to like sit down on the toilet in the lavatory to like access the sink. It might be a little bit harder for tall people because the ceiling, it's not really that high compared to many other bathrooms I've experienced on aircraft. Soon after coming around with the snack basket, the flight attendants again came back in the cabin, and now they're serving drinks as well. Sorry for the poor footage, but as you can see, I went with a Biscoff cookie and a ginger ale. Cheers. That's really refreshing. Other than the complimentary snacks that Delta has, like the almonds and Biscoff cookies, you can also request a snack box, which is available for purchase. I went with the Bistro snack box. Before arrival, which is going to happen in like the next 15 minutes, I thought I might squeeze in a quick nap before landing, and then I'll share my concluding thoughts with Delta Airlines in Comfort Plus and how I would rate this flight. The seat kind of reclines back a little bit. The seat recline is pretty generous for economy as well as the legroom. Before we arrive in LaGuardia, I thought I might do the concluding thoughts now. So Delta Airlines Comfort Plus, in terms of the seating, the seat itself is really comfortable for the 2-hour flight. The legroom is really generous as well as the seat recline. The in-flight entertainment system is also good, featuring plenty of good options in terms of movies, TV shows, live TV, and games. The service is also good for the 2-hour flight. You could purchase snack boxes, and there's also a good selection of complimentary snacks available during the flight. The flight attendants are really nice and really helpful. The seat is good in terms of storage for an economy class seat. However, the lavatory is definitely not as good as many other economy class lavatories I have experienced. It could be a little bit more roomy, and there's just not a lot of space. And in terms of the size, the lavatory can be really bad for tall people, because they don't really give you a whole lot of space. Leaving the Delta Airlines A321, I really liked that flight a lot, and I hope to fly with Delta Airlines sometime in the near future. Thanks for tuning in. Bye guys, remember I want to reach 100 subscribers by the end of the year, so click that subscribe button.